Hello everybody, I'm back again today to show you how to reload 12 gauge shotgun shells on a MEC 9000G progressive reloader. Get a closer look here of the shell plate. Like I explained, a MEC 9000G is a progressive shotgun loader, which means that with every pull of the handle it automatically indexes or turns, and also it combines many steps into one. What I'm going to be reloading today is 18.5 grains of red dot with a ounce and an eighth clay buster wad, which is a Winchester replacement wad. And the hull I'm going to be using today is a Nitro Gold or Nitro 27 Remington hull. Good hulls, about the Remington equivalent of a AA, of a Winchester AA, excuse me. And one thing you need to know before you get started is that you need to have your equipment ready. Primers in the tray. These are CCI 209 shotgun primers. And your powder, which is red dot, Alliant red dot powder. And your shot, which is number 7.5. Lawrence brand chilled shot. The bar I'm going to be using today, which you probably can't see, is an ounce and an eighth. And the bushing that I'm using is a 33. And to keep in mind, this is an old style 33 bushing. There is new and old, and in a future video I will explain the difference. But this will drop 18.5 of red dot instead of 19.9 of red dot like a newer bushing would. But let's get started. First off, what you want to do is, in the first stage right here, which is the decapping pin and resizer, you want to put your hull in there, spent primer hull in there, and so neither one of your powder or shot drops out. You want to just tip this back, so therefore this will not cycle it. And you can also just lay them straight down, but I have a wall there, as you can see, so I just lay them there. Now with your primer tray up, you want to, let me set this down, push down, the whole assembly will go down, and this will deprime your hull and resize it, and then it will also drop your primer right there in your shell plate, and then push it all the way up, and it will index and drop your primer down into the primer seating hole. And now you want to put another hull in your decapping stage, and then the next thing you want to do is, since you need powder for this shell, you need to put your powder and shot in the upright position, and you need something to catch your shot since they're both going to go at the same time. So take a hull that's got a primer in it and slide it in there. That makes sure that no shot will fall out of the bottom. Now just push your handle down and up, and you'll index, and then the one that just had shot put in it, you pull that out, and then take your cap off and just pour that back in, and put your cap back on. And then you will want to, let me get a better view. Oh, sorry, it's a bad view. You'll want to then put that same hole in the decapping area, and then take your wad and put it above the little wad finger, the guide should I call it, and you want to check and make sure this has powder in it, which you may not be able to see in the video, but it does. And then you just want to push the whole assembly down. And then now you just repeat the same step, but I will zoom in on the crimping stage. The way this reloader is designed, there's 3 crimps. There is a pre-crimp, a pre-crimp, a secondary crimp that flattens the top, and a third taper crimp that crimps down on the shell and actually puts a taper on the little rim so it'll go into the firearm easier. Let me get a couple holes and I will cycle one. Hole, wad, pull it down, and before I push it up all the way, you can see how it just domed over this shell. Now, that is the pre-crimp. Now I'll push it all the way up. It'll cycle. Another hole, wad, push down, pull up. It'll cycle. Now here is the second stage crimp that actually flattens it out, but you may not be able to see in the video because of the lighting, but there's a little rim on there, on the hole. Now, the third stage will take off that little rim. Now, get yourself another hole, wad, and down and up, and that's your finished shell. A perfect rounded taper on the end for easy cycling, and a primer. And this basically concludes the video for reloading, or should I say getting shells on your 9000G, and the next video will be getting shells off of your 9000G after you have loaded the amount of shells that you want to load. So thank you for watching, and be sure to watch the second video.